Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending September 8th. You know, if you've watched my Toronto report, you'll see that listings are way up, not so much in York Region. If you want to reach out to me to talk about real estate, what we've done, we've made it really simple. In the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Book a time that makes sense for you. This way I'll know ahead of time when you want to talk. I'll make sure I'm available and we can talk about whatever's on your mind. And we recently started this really interesting project we're working on. I explained it at the end of this video, so take a minute to watch this new project we're working on at the end of the video. You know, if you watch the Toronto video, you'll see that listings are up. And this is what we expected in the fall. But in Vaughan, I'm going to show you now, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, not so much. It's like, where are all the listings? And we'll often talk about how kind of everything happens in the city of Toronto. I'm talking about real estate. Everything happens in the city of Toronto, and like a ripple effect that permeates out. So if prices go up in Toronto, it kind of later on affects the rest of the regions around the city of Toronto. I think that's what's happening with listings, because it's hard to explain anything else why we're not seeing more listings in the city of Toronto, in the York region. Here we go. I'm going to start off with condos across York region. This is the whole area. We sold 47 condos last week for week ending September 8th. Average sold price is sitting at $671,000. It's just shy of the previous high price of $680, but average sold price has been going up for condos right across York region. That puts us at 13% higher than last year's average sold price. I think it's pretty safe to say condo prices have rebounded back. It's not like they bottomed out, but they were soft for a while, the prices, but we're pretty strong now when it comes to condo prices. Of the 47 that were sold, 45% sold at list price or more. Listings, we listed 88 condos, the previous week 84, the previous week 81, the 96. Listings have not really picked up for condos, but months of inventory sitting at 1.2 with 26 days on the market. So you do have time to kind of shop around a little bit. And in some buildings, you're going to see there's lots of competition for condos. And in other buildings, not so much. You could negotiate a great price. Let's talk about detached properties. I have Vaughan on the board here. Sales came down to 38. Now, remember, for week ending September 8th, the holiday, the long weekend, Labor Day weekend was right in the middle of that. So we do expect sales to come down. But for some areas, they came down quite a bit. 38 is one of the lowest weeks that we've seen all year. Not the lowest, but one of the lowest. However, quite a few sold at $2 million or more. We sold 12 out of the 38. That's a high percentage, and that shoots the average sold price way up to $1 million, just over $1.9 million. It's a crazy average sold price, but it has to do with the luxury properties that were sold. That puts us at a crazy 49% higher than last year's average sold price. But you know, last year we only sold one property at this time at $2 million or more, and we're competing against this year where we sold 12. For sure there's going to be a big range in average sold price. Of the 38 that were sold, 55% sold at list price or more. And look at listings here. We listed 66. It's only slightly higher than what we listed over the last couple of weeks. So we do expect, if it's any kind of normal type of market, we do expect more listings to be coming up in the fall season. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Months of inventory sitting at 1 with 11 days on market. So still very competitive when it comes to Vaughan and detached properties. Richmond Hill. 25 detached properties were sold in all of Richmond Hill. Extremely low week. When you look back, it's the lowest that we've had all year, barring the end of January or first week, the end of December and the first week of January. So 25 is extremely low. The average sold price is $1,727,000. It's been coming down for a little bit. That puts us at 10% higher than last year's average sold price. Now, there was a time when we used to be excited about 10% higher than last year's average sold price. We look at 10% and we're thinking, man, we're doing terrible. 10% is good. Relax. We're okay in Richmond Hill. Don't worry about that. Of the 25 that were sold, and again, it's not a lot, but 72% were sold at list price or more. So I'm constantly looking for trend and what direction are things going. And look at the properties percentages selling at list price or more. It's just continuing to go up. It's getting more and more competitive. 52 were listed, which is actually less than what it's been the last couple of weeks. So we're hoping to see more listings in the coming weeks. And months of inventory is sitting at 1.9. It's a little bit higher than all the other regions, and the days on market is sitting at 12. Now, still very much a seller's market. To be in a balanced market, we need to be over 4 months of inventory. Markham has been extremely strong, but sales came way down. We sold only 28 detached properties in all of Markham last week. It's the lowest we've seen in a long, long time. Only 3 of those were at $2 million or more. But the average sold price is sitting at $1,774,000. There's maybe 3 or 4 weeks where we've had a higher average selling price. So this is one of the highest prices we've seen all year. Markham is prices are extremely strong right now. That puts us at 32% higher than last year's average sold price. That's a lot, 32%. Of the 28 that were sold, 64% sold at list price or more. And here's the listing story again. We listed only 50, which is a little bit less than what we've been listing the last few weeks. So we don't have the listings yet. There's no competition, and it's going to keep prices high. And months of inventory, although it went up from the previous week, it's still low. 1.2, you're barely going to notice that there's a difference out there when it comes to properties and detached properties in particular in Markham. As long as months of inventory is low, price is going to continue to climb or stay high, right? Here's the overall summary of months of inventory for York region. Extremely low, very much a seller's market. It's really interesting to see what's going to happen over the next few weeks as we're hoping more listings come onto the market. For buyers, the variety is going to be great. If you're a seller, it's so important you hire the right agent, because with more competition as far as other listings you're competing with, you want to make sure you have the right agent in your corner that's going to figure out how to market your property so you stand out. There's tons of properties that are on MLS that each week come off the market, not sold. So who you hire matters. And have a look. Coming up right after this, we have an interesting project we're working with. Take a look. Let me introduce you to 4027 Bloor Street West, located just east of the East Mall. This is a 3-bedroom bungalow with a large private driveway. Sits on a 43 by 120 lot. Now you can take the bungalow as is, updated to your liking, but it comes complete with building plans for a large 2-family home over 4,000 square feet. So let me show you how we're going to go from the current small 3-bedroom bungalow that's on the property now to this large over 4,000 square foot modern 2-family home. City plans and permits are already in place. Here's the floor plan. Now this is a unique setup. 2 families can live under one roof here and both have luxurious living quarters. Here's the primary suite over here. Now it's divided between primary and secondary. Now to enter the primary suite, you either come in through the garage that has its own entrance where your own private space in the garage, or through the covered porch right at the front. You come in and it's all open concept. The primary residence is about 2,400 square feet. You've got your open concept main floor and a walkout to a private back deck. Up to the second floor where you have 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 4 skylights, and its own laundry facilities. Coming back to the secondary suite. Now the secondary suite is about 1,650 square feet. There are 2 entrances to the secondary suite. One is through the garage where you have your own private parking, or through the side entrance here, and you come up and it's also open concept on the main floor with the kitchen, the living room, and a walkout to a private deck. Now the living quarters for this, you've got to go down just a few steps to the basement. You've got 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and a family room, and it walks up. There's stairs also walking up a little bit to the backyard. Now, I don't want to confuse the secondary suite, say for a basement rental that everybody's kind of used to. The secondary suite is a full living quarters for another family. The basement has a ceiling height of 10 feet. 5 feet of it is above grade. Big windows. The point is it doesn't feel like a basement. And this is easily for 2 families to live comfortably, luxurious, or use it as rental income or for co-ownership. Call me and I'll give you all the details.